Look at all those fancy clothes, but these could keep us warm just like those. And what about your soul? Is it cold? Is it straight from the mold and ready to be sold?
John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park is America's first undersea park. Located in Key Largo, Florida, the park extends 3 miles into the Atlantic Ocean and is approximately 21 miles in length. The park is named after John D. Pennekamp, a Miami newspaper editor who also helped establish the Everglades National Park. September 30th, 2012 was a fairly sunny day at the state park. I experienced mild wind and the temperatures was 82 degrees. The coral reefs are among the most beautiful and diverse of all living communities. Coral reefs are made of tiny animals called polyps. Stone coral, such as star coral and brain coral, secrete a limestone skeleton around their bodies. These skeletons remain after death and provide the foundation for new polyps growth. Octocorals, such as sea fans and sea plums, are flexible and sway gracefully in the ocean current as they feed on plankton. Sponges, shrimps, crabs, turtles, lobsters, and hundreds of species of fish live among the corals. These reefs occur only in shallow oceans having clear, warm waters. It takes approximately 5,000 years for these coral reefs to form. The vegetation you'll find in the marine waters are usually seagrass. Seagrass provides food for many of the marine life and marine birds. Some animals, such as manatees and sea turtles, eat seagrass blades. Other animals derive nutrition from eating algae and small animals that live among the seagrass leaves. As for fish, there are many varieties such as nurse sharks, flounders, conchs, barracudas, porkfish, and many more. At the reef, you are likely to see many colorful fish and coral. For instance, you might see shrimps, crabs, lobsters, and turtles. It is important to be on the lookout for exotic species such as the lionfish. It is rare but very poisonous. Because of the diversity in the coral reefs, there is an endless possibility of marine life that will be spotted. The mangrove swamps can be viewed either by going down the nature walks or taking a canoe. There are 3 types of mangroves: the red, the white, and the black. The red mangroves is found closer to the water and is probably the best known. The red mangroves are easy to identify because of their propped roots. The propped roots extend from their trunks of the red mangroves to blades in the tree in the soft mud of the water. The red mangroves have earned the title of walking trees because they creep into new areas by branching their roots outwards. Mangroves are tropical trees that are adapted to saltwater and water tides. Mangroves remove the excess salt through their leaves and block absorption of salt at their roots. Mangroves provide good surface areas for marine organisms such as barnacles and oysters. Mangroves provide protected nurseries areas for fish and shellfish. They also contribute to the food web, helping a multiple of marine species such as crabs, oysters, shrimps, and other small marine life. The mangroves also provide shelter for coastal birds and migrating birds as well. White mangroves usually found further inland than red or black mangroves. They prefer moist, silky soils and are most cold sensitive of the mangroves. Stands of the white mangroves help reduce erosion in coastal areas. However, the shallow root system makes these trees vulnerable to be uprooted by strong winds. Mangroves help prevent erosion by stabilizing shorelines with their specialized root systems. They also help pollutions and by slowing wave actions, maintaining water quality and clarity. The white ibis is the most common fauna seen at the park. Other common birds that can be seen would be the great blue herons, blue jays, northern mockingbirds, brown pelicans, bald eagles, and woodpeckers. Other species such as crabs and snails can be seen on the roots of mangroves. Iguanas can be spotted, however, are exotic species to the park. It is not difficult to tell if you are around animal life. Evidence you can find are feathers on the floor. You can look for bird feces, or even look up in the trees to see the homes of the birds. At times, the park even provides you with signs of the possible spiders that you might encounter. It is important to be cautious that you don't accidentally walk into their homes. Wooden lids on the top of trash cans show that squirrels and raccoons are present in the area. Small holes in the ground show that there are animals such as crabs living near the shoreline. Everyone who comes to the parks clearly takes pride and care of the park. It is shown by the way that they constantly keep it so clean, keeping trash in the garbage cans, and trying to have the visitors cause a positive human impact on the ecosystem instead of a negative one. All the park has to do is maintain the clean ecosystem they've set up for the animals and the visitors. Although I would recommend that park officials make sure they discourage visitors from sleeping on the cannons they have located near the beaches.